tree that's standing by the water. We shall not be moved.
Our love goes out to Josh Fox.
We shall not be moved. Our love goes out to Josh Fox. We shall not be moved, just like a tree that's standing by the water. We shall not be moved.
We shall not.
We shall not. We shall not be moved. We shall not. We shall not be moved, just like a tree.
This is, I don't really get this album. It's also New York.
We shall not be moved. We shall not. We shall not.
So we're here in New York City, financial capital of the world, with Peter Yarrow from Peter, Paul and Mary singing a good word. We've got a lot of beautiful faces with us here. This is a moment of solidarity. The voices of Standing Rock come to New York to have their demands met by Wells Fargo, Citibank, and all the banks creating this disaster. So join us, stand with us. We're printing some more.
Bring victory, let love prevail with us. Make our stand, make our stand, and let love triumph, let love triumph in our land, lift us up, lift us up.
Anything to say about all this?
Me and Choni, man.
brother, can I get a spell here?
Yeah.
We just passed through. I gotta get back to work.
Lift us up now. Lift us up. Make us strong and make us strong. Give us courage. Give us courage to right the wrongs. To right the wrongs. Now lift us up. Lift us up and make us strong. Make us strong. Give us courage and give us courage to right the wrongs. To right the wrongs. Now lift us up. Lift us up. Make our stand. Make our stand. Love triumph. Let love triumph in our land. In our land. Lift us up. Lift us up. Make us strong. Make us strong. Give us courage. Give us courage. Right the wrong. To right the wrong. Lift us up.
Water is life! Water is life! Water is life! Water is life! Water is life!
Thank you.
Water is life! 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 Water is life!
For those of you who just joined us here, we're here in New York City, the financial capital of the world, gathered outside of Wells Fargo corporate campus to send a simple message for Wells Fargo to withdraw their loans from the pipeline and stop this atrocity. We've got a lot of powerful voices with us here today to spread the word. Chase Iron Eyes, coming from Standing Rock, is here to make the demands on Wells Fargo, and we are standing in solidarity with him. Peter Yarrow from Peter, Paul, and Mary blessed us with some songs. We are humbled by the generosity of spirit here. We have Reverend Billy of the Stop Shopping Choir here to spread the good word as well as many other powerful voices. So thank you for joining us here. Let's stand for the water. Water is life.
Water is life!
Water is life! Water is life! Water is life! Water is life! Water is life! Water is life! Water is life! Water is life! Water is life! Water is life!
Gotta get me one of those.
Yeah.
A Bernie Sanders onesie. I'm like, I can't get over that.
Oh, sorry. What?
We're printing lots of more. They all got handed out. They're coming. They should be here. I'll let you know when they come.
Water is life! Water is life!
Oh, yeah.
Water is life!
How's it going? My kids today.
Yes, close that account. Yeah.
Water is life!
Homie wanted some. in the Bernie suit.
Thank you so much for being here. Wow, what an honor it is to have Peter Yarrow here playing this amazing music. You might know the group Peter, Paul, and Mary, and Peter was involved in that. Just a grasp of what it means to spread a metal.
I'm so sorry.
And so up next, we're going to have Councilman Cody Gutierrez from
Would you be so kind as to say a few words to all of our friends here from NoDAPL who are watching us? What brings you here today?
So my name is Marnie Halassa. I am obviously protester. I have a protest group called Revolution is Sexy, and I'm here in front of Wells Fargo in support of defunding DAPL. And Wells Fargo is one of the primary institutions that funds Energy Transfer Partners, which is building the Dakota Access Pipeline. So I'm just here because I think all pipelines are really, really terrible. They're dangerous, and I feel like that message isn't really getting out into the mainstream media enough, for me anyways, in my opinion. So I'm here in my devil costume because Wells Fargo is the devil, because they put profit over people. And I'm just here to kind of stir up some energy, get some motivation. I feel like a motivational dancer at a bat mitzvah, but I'm here at this protest, so I'm here in support, and it's great. So I was here at the last protest as well, and that was really amazing. So, and you know, when I talk to my friend who's a PhD in social science, he says the more something gets out into the mainstream, then what you see is kind of an uphill climb. So the public starts to care about it, and things actually, you know, start to happen. So thank you.
Man, here, look, it doesn't take a lot to of getting money from the Russians. He can say, oh, you're against it.
Come full circle. The time is up. They've always said the seventh generation is here. They've always said the seventh generation is important, and we never understood that till today. And the seventh generation is starting to rise up, and we're starting to use our voices that the Creator has given us. And I just want to let you know that we have come full circle once again. And why I say that is because, you know, if you think about it, over 500 to 1,000 years ago, the European settlers came onto our land, and we were open and willing to teach them how to live on this land, taught them how to grow food, taught them how to build homes, so they could sustain their life and where we live today, where we're standing. And once again, we've come to a point in time where, you know, I've never thought I'd see the day that we'd have to pay for a bottle of water, where we'd have to have battles and wars over water. It's coming to that point, my relatives. And when I say it's full circle now, it's true, because now our native peoples, again, like 500 to 1,000 years ago, is going to have to teach this country how to live again by going in a new direction of going green, renewable energies. And if, like I said, with this new administration that was just elected in, you know, I have a feeling it's going to be more pro-fossil fuel more than ever in our country's history. So now is the time that our native people once again are standing up and knowing what's going to happen in the next 4 years. Well, we're going to do it in native country again. We're going to teach this country again how to live. And that's what this whole movement is based on. It's based on our way of life. You know, we teach this to our children. And all it is about education, people. That's all it is. You know, and I don't blame anybody for being disconnected. I don't blame for people here that are just walking by their day-to-day lives. But what they don't understand is there's going to be a time in their life where they're going to understand how important water is going to be to them. They're going to understand that at some point, because it's a reality today. It's a reality that we have to face. We have to understand what is important and what we need to preserve and what we have left. And that's something that our people back home, the Ochene Shikone, Southern Council Fires, have always been about preserving our original territory lands. Give it to our people through a peace treaty, which is today not just our tribe, but other tribes across this country, the government decides to break anytime they want. They always want to take what they need to take. And what today presents is enough is enough now. We have to stand up and understand what's important. It's not for us why we're fighting today. It's for the unborn. It's for the people that are not here yet. It's for them to understand the meaning of true of life. What is life? Water is life. That's what it is. That's what it is. 90% of our bodies need water. We need water. I've traveled across the country. I've did a lot of speaking, and I was down in the heart of oil territory, Texas, Southern Methodist University, and I did a panel down there with NoDAPL consultants, and also with people that are specialized in water, myself, archaeologists. And I challenged those NoDAPL people. I said, through our ceremony, our way of life, why we know water is so important. Because through our ceremony, we go 4 days without water or food. And I guarantee you, if anybody sitting around here knows how that feels, through our ceremonies, when we sacrifice, you always say you have to sacrifice to give, to receive. You have to sacrifice for the betterment. And that's what we're seeing today. But to understand and know how important it is to live without something like this, it is important because I challenge those NoDAPL people to live without water for 4 days. And I want to see how they can handle that. I guarantee you they can. Because they sit back there and they have a single thing to say when I call them that. This battle today, yes, it is about fossil fuels and moving in a new direction. And today it's about our water. We have to understand that. And anywhere we go, anywhere a message that we go out today and we talk about, Standing Rock Sioux Tribe, which I'm an elected official for the Cannibal community, there's protocols. I just want to share with you what we mean by protocols. 130 years ago, in the late 1800s, look this up, the Battle of the Little Bighorn. We were the only people, only nation to ever defeat the U.S. government in battle over 130 years ago. We use protocols in our ways of life, which we still carry forward today, guided by the Creator to tell us how to defeat such overwhelming odds against our people. And today, once again, 130 years later, we bring those same protocols to this project, the Black Snake, which is trying to go half-mile north of my community, Cannonball, which I represent. And those protocols, we had ceremony. And our ceremony told us that if we move forward with peace in prayer, that we'll win. So moving forward, any which way you go, whether you're not in Standing Rock or if you're doing things here in New York City, move forward in that manner. Move forward with peace and prayer. Because that was told to us by the Creator if we want to win this battle. That's the message that I come here today to tell you. Is that I'd like to thank you all for coming. Thank you all for all the support from my Tuahe, my family to your family, and for the unborn. That's why we're here. We're here for the unborn. Like I said, I just want to re-emphasize on when I see a lot of people walking here, you got to remember that it's not their fault that so much people are disconnected from what the true meaning of life really is. Because they get so disconnected with all the distractions of what life has to offer. But when you come to places like Standing Rock, you come to places that are in high poverty, and you think, geez, this is kind of a horrible place, but it's truly not. The community I come from, and the county is the 6th poorest county in the country. But I guarantee you those are some of the most happiest people in the world. Because it's not about money to us. It's about our land, it's about our water, it's about our resources. That's what's important to our people, and that's the message we pass down to our young ones. It's not about how much money you have. It's about preserving what we have left and what we have for the future. Our great Chief Sitting Bull always used this quote. He said, let's put our minds together to see what life we can make for our children. And if you think about that today, what type of life are we leaving for our children today? truly think about that. What are we leaving for them? That's why it's so important that we need to stand together now. All races, because this is an all-race humanity issue around the world. We're seeing forests being demolished daily by the 1% corporations of this world. And now the 99% needs to stand up and fight for what's right, preserve what we have left in this country, because there's going to be a time, if we don't, moving forward in the next 10 years, we're going to have to pay $10 to $15 for a bottle of water, whether we know that or not. So that's the message that I come to you to tell you today is thank you coming from the Cannonball community. Thank you coming from the water protectors back home that are definitely facing blizzard conditions, zero below conditions out there to try to protect and preserve what's right. And that's what this whole thing is about. It's not about money, it's about what's right. It's about what's right moving forward. And water is life. And I want to let everybody know that it is important. And I think now moving forward, if we keep moving forward together, regardless of race, we're going to start to make a difference in this country and its world. And I start to see that because we have so much support from all over the world of people doing stuff like this in Australia, Germany, Austria, New Zealand, all over the world. They're understanding the meaning of life, and now it's the time to stand up and preserve what we have left for future generations to come. Thank you again. Thank you for coming. Thank you for supporting Standing Rock. And like we said, from my Chante to yours, thank you so much.
All right, thank you so much. Thank you so much for Cody Two Bears for coming as a representative from Standing Rock to bring that movement here. And we are here, you know, to bring the Standing Rock movement to you and to remember that Standing Rock isn't just a place, it isn't just an isolated thing, that the movement of people coming together to protect what is sacred and to protect what keeps us alive, to protect water, to protect the land, to protect the heritage of the peoples of this country, and to protect each other, that is something that is common to all of us, that we are invited to take into our hearts and to, you know, look out for our own communities, to look out for the Spectra pipeline going through New York right now under the Hudson, to look after our national forests that are being auctioned off, and to really come together, you know, to make a beautiful community by coming together to see each other and to celebrate each other in all of our differences. So thank you. We've had Peter Yarrow from Peter, Paul, and Mary. What an honor that is. Thank you so much for Cody Two Bears. And next, we have Josh Fox, whose amazing film, Gasland and How to Let Go, is an amazing portrait of the changings of our environment and ecology. And he's going to speak to you today about what's going on in our world and speak to you about what's going on in our climate and humanity. And after him, we have Reverend Billy from the Stop Shopping Choir. Thank you so much. I'm Adam from Defund DAPL. Please check out our page and help us defund the Dakota Access Pipeline, www.defunddapl.org. And without further ado, Josh Fox.
What's up? Sorry about that. It was a little punk rock to start my speech off. I want to talk about finance for a minute. How many people here have a bank account?
Yeah, baby.
Walking down the street, you have a bank account, right?
Yes.
Every one of us has a bank account. And most of these people walking down the street have a bank account with one of the major banks. Chase, Citibank, Wells Fargo, TD. Who else? What's that? Bank of America, right. Bank of America, give us our houses back, please. We're still waiting 8 years later for our bailout. What do you have in your bank account?
Money!
Money!
Debt!
Your answer is money.
No fun.
Well, I'm here to tell you something different. You don't have money in your bank account. When you visit Standing Rock and you stand on the shore with the water protectors side by side, facing down tear gas canisters and rubber bullets and concussion grenades and live rounds inside of M4s and zip ties to arrest people, That's what you have in your bank account. You have bullets in your bank account. You have grenades in your bank account. You have blood in your bank account. You have police brutality in your bank account. Wait a minute, I just wanted to make a deposit. I just wanted to write a check. I just wanted to withdraw 20 bucks at the ATM. What was on the 20 bucks? Andrew Jackson. That's appropriate. You know, the native tribes used to call him Sharp Knife. You've got sharp knives in your bank account. Do you want that?
No.
Do you want to withdraw bullets? Do you want to be depositing the blood that is protecting the water for all of us to drink? Is that what you want?
No.
Do you want to be contributing to a militarized police force?
No.
In North Dakota? Do you want to be contributing to a militarized police force in New York State?
No.
You just want a bank account, that's all you want? You don't want to keep your money in the mattress?
No.
You don't want to keep your money in the safety deposit box in your closet somewhere? You want a bank account. You don't want bombs. You don't want police brutality. You don't want blood. You don't want those things. That's right, isn't that right?
That's right.
So don't put your money in those banks. Take your money out of those banks. That's what we're doing here today. We don't want to ride shotgun on a stagecoach, Wells Fargo. Hell no. That's not why we're here. We are here to have a planet to live on, not to finance your destruction. Because every single person walking down this street has to live, has to have money, has to have a job. But when you realize that all of those major banks are invested in the fossil fuel projects that are destroying our future, that are destroying our ability to live on this planet, you realize that whole system is corrupt. And when capitalism and racism come together,
There you go.
like my friends from Ferguson who are at Standing Rock said, when capitalism and racism come together, they will try to defeat justice. They will try to defeat us. They will try to defeat the Constitution and the Bill of Rights that we stand for. This country was founded on two very, very different principles. George Washington went to the Iroquois Nation and learned about democracy. That's who taught George Washington about democracy, the indigenous people of this nation. That's right. So equal rights, the Bill of Rights, the Constitution, that's what we are founded on. But this country was also founded on genocide, because George Washington would go to other tribes and destroy them and kill them and brutalize them. We have that conflict happening here today. Right in front of us, right in front of this bank. That's the Constitution. You guys are not just protecting the water, you are protecting the Bill of Rights. What happens to that water happens to our bodies. What happens at Standing Rock happens to our Constitution. That is the truth. And inside that bank right there, Wells Fargo, those are the descendants, ideologically and genealogically, of General Custer, of Manifest Destiny, of the genocide. We are here to stop that today. So don't make any mistake. If you have money in those banks, you don't have money. If you have a deposit account, a savings account, a CD, a money market, you don't have money in there. You have war. You have militarization. You have the destruction of the climate and the water and the planet. Take it out. That's why we're here. Take your money out. Defund the Dakota Access Pipeline. Defund the monsters who would destroy our communities, our brotherhood, our democracy, our environment, and our planet for their profit. Thank you very much. So I want to introduce to you a man who I've known for many, many years. A man who's been on the front lines in New York City, standing for truth, for justice. When he fought the Disney Corporation, he was talking about culture. He's fought so many battles. He's an amazing, amazing man. He's gonna thrill you. I know that.
Amen.
And his incredible partner, Savitri, from where is she at? Producer, I want to introduce you a man who needs no introduction. He's standing next to me. He's 25 feet tall. Reverend Billy!
Oh, yeah.
Josh, hallelujah. It's unsettling to me that Josh is such a good preacher. Thank you, Josh. Sabachi, where are you? I'm looking for you here. Is the director of our Stop Shopping Church. Come on up here, please. Amen. You gotta let these people come through. I had a Republican lower his shoulder into me. I was standing right next to this lady here. Now, you know, Wells Fargo knows, as all banks know, that any advertising is good advertising. I think that they probably think we're advertising for them right now. Why else would they send, we say they're, Wells Fargo's the devil, am I right? The devil. Why else would they send out the devil here to brag about what they're doing? Come on out here. Well, look, here's the Wells Fargo devil right here for you. Amen. Doing it there. Hallelujah, praise be. Many of us here know each other pretty well. Activism, such as it is, in New York City, puts a lot of the same people together in these little sidewalk canyons beneath these amazing buildings. Well, that's the Chrysler building. It is amazing. These buildings financed by bullets, high compression pepper gas grenades, freezing water cannons and below freezing temperatures. But a lot of us know each other really well. We flirted with the same people 16 times. I'd like to talk a moment about activism in New York. We're entering a new chapter in our activism.
That's right.
We have Donald Trump. He has money in every one of these banks that finances the Dakota Access cops. And we have Standing Rock. We've been limping along a little bit in our activism. Then all of a sudden we'll have Zuccotti Park. Then all of a sudden we'll have Black Lives Matter. And we get out here in great numbers. But I want to sustain that a little bit more. I want to make change in this town. The monoculture is winning right now. Gentrification, eviction, racism, the threat to our water, the threat to us. They're putting the Spectra pipeline under the Hudson River 200 feet away from the Indian Point nuclear plant. My friend Eric is here, Eric, hallelujah, and Kim, and the community up there at Stony Point. They say they may go online in a matter of days or weeks. We couldn't get up there to stop that pipeline. We have to. We have to retain this emergency in our bodies. Our body has to know it's an emergency. We're trained to be bored. We're trained to shock. We're trained not to be excited. By way of overstimulation, by way of too much, we come up with too little. We had to be up there at Indian Point. We had to lay down our bodies. You can't have a high-pressure fracking pipeline running right next to a nuke plant that is having accidents every year. We let that happen. And we can't have the same 130 people out here when there isn't something like our own Gezi Park, when there isn't something like our Hong Kong democracy happening, it comes down to us again. That's over now. I'll tell you why I think it's over. I tell you why this isn't going to be another flash in the pan. Not that Sakati Park or Black Lives Matter aren't that at all. I don't mean that. When we went to Standing Rock, something happened to us. And I know many of you have been there. And the people that have been, you've touched us. And we've touched you. There's something afoot in the land. There's a new ghost dance about to happen. A ghost dance for all of us. All the different tribes across Turtle Island had different versions of the ghost dance, but one of the common one was that the earth would rise up and cover up the white man. The earth is alive. The earth is alive. Every earth culture person, every indigenous person, Cody said it to me just now. Chase Iron Eyes is saying it right now to the CEO of this big thing. The earth is alive. They say it to us again and again, and we say it to each other. But for Western Christian types, it's the opposite, the diametric opposite of how we were raised. It's the difference between shopping and a gift economy. It's the difference between standing up on Turtle Island over the Cannonball River dressed up like Darth Vader, working for Blackwater USA or somebody, and aiming a gun at a peaceful person who's praying about the water. We have to make that shift now. We have to walk out of our armoring down to the people who are singing, filling with song, praying about the water, being the water. That's the feeling that we had when we were with those people. The earth was singing up through them. You could make a division. They were not art. They were not culture. They got no grant from the NEA. They were the earth singing back at these militarized people covered with armor. We have to be that person, those people, that earth in New York. We are faced with our Darth Vaders. We are faced with an incredibly powerful theater here. They will poison our reservoir water. They will put a pipeline right past a nuke plant. And they will kick everybody of color, all the immigrant, all the working artists, all the people who can't afford to fight the real estate people. They will be evicted. They will be disinvited from New York, from our neighborhoods. We've got to stop this racism in our city that continues to pretend that it's a great liberal capital. We have a job to do here. And the way to do it, I think, is to let the earth come up in us. This is not playing Indian. This is being the earth on their advice. They are teaching us. It is a new kind of activism. There's no question about bravery anymore. You're not brave or not brave when you are the earth. You're evolving. You're living. You're the ecosystem yourself. It's not a question of ego. It's not a question of trying to, be less nervous. You are the earth. Living the earth. You are alive. We are alive. Earth-alleluia. 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 Praise Earth. Earth-alleluia. Amen, everyone. Thank you. Somebody want to preach? All you need is to get your diploma in
just our little congregation here. Wonderful preacher, man. Devil likes to let's see this.
My name is
I know. I'm trying to think. Maybe you can put it on.
All we want for Christmas is no NoDAPL.
NoDAPL.
NoDAPL. All we want for Christmas is no NoDAPL. NoDAPL. NoDAPL.
All we want for Christmas is
NoDAPL. NoDAPL. NoDAPL.
all we want for Christmas is NoDAPL. 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 All we want for Christmas is NoDAPL. NoDAPL. NoDAPL.
Man. Hallelujah. Are you, this is it? Or what do you want to do? Rolling. So,
All right, so thank you so much for coming. We also have some Lakota, around 20 Lakota people from Standing Rock are on their way here right now. So they're gonna bring a very sacred medicine drum. This was just told to us. And you know, the story around how Standing Rock connects to us, how as people, you know, as people from New York, or as people from Ohio, or as people from Florida, continually unfolds. And what an inspiration it is to have us all gathered here today that care about our earth, that care about our planet, that care about our future. And what a miraculous serendipity it is to have these people coming right now with their medicine drum, ready to sing Lakota songs. So, you know, for those of you who wish, we're going to stay gathered, we're going to sing, we're going to chant, we're going to speak. And we hope to be here when the Lakota people arrive, maybe in 20 minutes, 50 minutes, a half hour, and to sing with us and bring the spirit of Standing Rock. Because, you know, in the end, we all have a backyard. We all have a backyard. We all come from a place on this planet. And what we're realizing now is we're bringing Standing Rock home. We're completing the circle. You know, 3 weeks ago, my friend Caleb and I, we started a project called NoDAPL. You know, it was a word at that time. It was something that didn't yet have words. And we came up with this word, and we started a website where you can go and find all the resources you need to divest your money from not only the Dakota Access Pipeline, but from these corporate banks that are bankrupting our future and funding the desecration of our planet. And in 3 weeks, we have divested and defunded over $21 million from the Dakota Access Pipeline.
amen.
You know, as we look at what's happening at Standing Rock, and we see the you know, the people coming in to take office right now around energy, we recognize that Energy Transfer Partners is going to continue building this pipeline. That's what they publicly say, that regardless of the Army Corps statements, you know, the Army Corps denial of the easement, that they're going to continue. It's up to us. It's truly up to us to stop this pipeline, not only for Standing Rock, but as a symbol to inspire people, to inspire the Maori, to inspire people in the Philippines, to inspire people in Ecuador and Peru, to inspire people in Somalia and Syria, to inspire people in Afghanistan, to inspire people in Mongolia, to inspire people in Indonesia, that they can come together and stand strong and protect their water. So what we're asking you to do is to divest, you know, to take your money out of these banks and to post a picture of yourself and to share your story online with the hashtag NoDAPL. You can connect with us on our website at NoDAPL.org. Thank you. Don't fund evolution of our planet. Your heart, your mind, and your brain to the front lines of this movement. Thank you for bringing this home. Thank you. Because together, when we take our money back, we take our power back. So
So please join us in this evolutionary shit where we are using our money to vote for a planet that believes in people over profit and the planet over pipeline.
Thank you. God bless.
Thank you, Steve.
Be fun.
The body language I'm getting from some people here is you're getting cold, right?
Everybody, jump in. If you want. Up. It really works.
Are we going to wait for that medicine drum, people?
Divest, defund, DAPL's got to go.
Divest, defund. The DAPL's got to go. Divest, defund. The DAPL's got to go. Divest, defund. The DAPL's got to go. Divest, defund. The DAPL's got to go. Divest, defund. The DAPL's got to go. Divest, defund. The DAPL's got to go. Divest, defund. The DAPL's got to go. Divest, defund. The DAPL's got to go. Divest, defund. The DAPL's got to go. Divest, defund. The DAPL's got to go. Divest, defund. The DAPL's got to go.
All right, little song for Wells Fargo. Here we go. It goes, hey Tim Sloan, we don't want you to, hey Tim Sloan, CEO, that's the CEO of Wells Fargo, we don't want your loan.
Here, just use it like a gun. I got it up on there.
That's right, so we wrote a little song for Wells Fargo. You know, the CEO, Tim Sloan, we got a message for you. Hey Tim, if you're listening, this is your good friend Adam. And here's our message, that Standing Rock is not for sale. And, you know, the Hudson River is not for sale. And whatever you're trying to buy right now to make a new pipeline or anything that funds unsustainable energy on Earth is not for sale. So we wrote a little song for you that I think you might like. And it goes, hey Tim Sloan, CEO, yeah. Oh, we don't want your loan, take your broke bank home. Hey Tim Sloan, CEO. Oh, we don't want your loan, take your broke bank. Everybody, here we go. Hey Tim Sloan, sing it to him. CEO, he's listening. We don't want your loan, take your broke bank home.
Hey Tim Sloan, a CEO. Oh, we don't want your loan, take your broke bank home. Hey Tim Sloan, a CEO.
Oh, we don't want your loan, take your broke bank home. Hey Tim Sloan, CEO. Oh, we don't want your loan, take your broke bank home. Wells Fargo, embargo. Wells Fargo, embargo. Wells Fargo, embargo. Oh, Wells Fargo,
embargo. Hey Tim Sloan, a CEO.
Oh, we don't want your loan, take your broke bank home. Hey Tim Sloan, CEO. Oh, we don't want your loan, take your broke bank home. Hey Tim Sloan, a CEO.
Oh, we don't want your loan, take your broke bank home. Hey Tim Sloan, a CEO. We don't want your loan, take your broke bank home. Hey, embargo.
Wells Fargo,
Embargo. Wells Fargo. Embargo. Wells Fargo. Embargo. Hey Tim Sloan, a CEO.
Oh, we don't want your loan, take your broke bank home.
Hey Tim Sloan, a CEO. Oh, we don't want your loan, take your broke bank home.
Wells
Fargo.
Embargo. Wells Fargo, embargo. Wells Fargo,
Embargo.
Sing it, Wells. Sing it to him, y'all. Sing it to him.
Embargo.
Hey, Tim Sloan, CEO. Oh, we don't want your loan, take your broke bank home. Hey, Tim Sloan, CEO. Oh, we don't want your loan, take your broke bank home. Hey, Tim Sloan, CEO. Oh, we don't want your loan, take your broke bank home. Hey, Tim Sloan,
CEO.
We don't want your loan, take your broke bank home. Wells Fargo,
Embargo.
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 Wells Fargo.
Embargo.
Shut it down, close it down, shut it down. We'll close it down, we'll shut it down, we'll close it down. Shut it down, close it down, bring it to your knees. Shut it down, close it down, shut it down, close it down, shut it down, close it down. We close it down, bank account, bring it to your knees. Agents Loan, CEO. We don't want your loan, take your broke bank home. Agents Loan, CEO. We don't want your loan, take your broke bank home. Agents Loan, CEO. We don't want your loan, take your broke bank home. Agents Loan, CEO. We don't want your loan, take your broke bank home.
Fargo. Embargo. Fargo. Embargo. Fargo. Embargo. Fargo. Embargo. CEO. We don't want your loan, take your broke bank home. Agents Loan, CEO. We don't want your loan, take your broke bank home. Agents Loan, CEO. We don't want your loan, take your broke bank home. Agents Loan, CEO. We don't want your loan, take your broke bank home.
So you know, it's really simple. All that we're asking you to do is to close your bank account, to take a picture of yourself, to throw it online, and use hashtag #DefundDAPL, because we're defunding a system based on destruction and funding a system based on creation, community, equality, and beauty. That's it. Simple and beautiful, baby. Let's do the ribbons gonna rise. So, you know, we also have a really beautiful gathering happening tomorrow, a peaceful gathering around another bank, because, you know, you might know that these pipelines and this destruction is funded by a bank. So tomorrow, our gathering is at the headquarters of Citigroup. So the way to find out about it is go ahead and come to the Facebook group for #DefundDAPL, and you will see an event at the top that we just made, and that one has all the information for tomorrow. So we're going to be gathering outside of Citigroup and letting them know that we will close our bank accounts with them and continue to organize our community to divest and fund in something more beautiful until they quit funding this. So just check out our Facebook page, #DefundDAPL, and you can find all the information at there. And we'll see you at Citigroup tomorrow. Until then, we're going to keep singing and keep hanging out in a good way until our Lakota brothers and sisters get here to sing the medicine songs for us. Thank y'all.
Someone dropped it.
Make an announcement. Make an announcement.
Yeah, if you could make an announcement.
Why don't you make the announcement?
So we have an earring here. If you lost an earring that's turquoise and beautiful, we might have your earrings. Can you hold this microphone to sing a version of sing a song together? We stand here rock. So my friends, you can stand. We stand and rock. Want to stand. We stand and rock. We gonna stand and rock. Stand.
All right, family, thank you for joining us here in the Big Apple, the NoDAPL, financial capital of the world, as we gather in ceremony and prayer and celebration of our call to take care of our planet, take care of our people, and stand in solidarity with Standing Rock, demanding that Wells Fargo, along with the other big banks, creating this pipeline, creating the system of injustice, as we stand and demand the transformation of a service of injustice to one of service. So thank you for joining us here and sending your spirit and your hopes with us. We have faith that in the end we will be victorious and overcome. Thank you. Defund Apple.